welcome back. You know, one of the really fun things we get to do on PTL is meet celebrities as they come through town.
Yeah, we showed you some of the fun we had with Smokey Robinson. We interviewed Billy Gardell this year, too.
And we almost interviewed Tom Hanks.
I tried. I really tried. I did get a blurry picture of him. But one of my favorite interviews was with movie star Jeff Goldblum. He was in town to perform with his Mildred Snitzer band, not far from where he grew up in West Homestead. And before he took the stage, I talked to him about his love of jazz, his love of acting, and of course, his love of Pittsburgh. What's it like to be back in Pittsburgh?
Fantabulous, fantastic, you know.
Jeff Goldblum came ready to talk and reminisce about the city where two of his great passions were born, acting and jazz music. Let's begin with the music, since that's why he's in town, promoting his new album, touring with his Mildred Snitzer Orchestra. He plays the piano and remembers being introduced to jazz at an early age, growing up on Linwood Drive in West Homestead.
It went to that, you know, like that. And I was like, I don't care how long it takes me to learn this, I'm going to sit and play. I'm going to practice this, and I did. That's when I started to get a little bit better.
He got good enough that as a teenager, he decided to make a big jump and play for an audience.
So I locked the door, and I got the yellow pages, the only then access to making contact with telephone numbers, you know, and I went, looked up cocktail lounges and went from A to Z and called up. I thought I was being scammy in some way and said, hey, I understand that you need a piano player. Most of them would say, no, I don't know where you heard that. No. Okay, thank you, so sorry. Called around, well, who's this? How old are you? Yeah, well, we got a piano here. I don't know where you heard that, but what do you play? Well, come on down and play. Maybe you could play a couple of times. And I did, and I got a couple of gigs that way.
At 14, you got gigs?
Yeah, 14, 15, really? I think, okay, if I remember right. So I did that. My parents were like, you what? Really? Yeah, we'll drive. We'll drive you anything.
Must go faster.
Of course, it's his blockbuster films that most of us know him for. Jurassic Park, Independence Day, The Big Chill. The list goes on and on. He remembers getting a taste of acting with summer programs at both Chatham and Carnegie Mellon, and the time he was cast as the lead.
I leaped on stage, and at the end, it was funny, and I did my stuff, you know. But I was so exhilarated. At the end, my parents said, geez, how'd you like that? I didn't say much. I kept it secret. But it was then that I think I solidified the seed of an idea that I was going to be an actor.
But that seed of an idea began to grow.
I would take a shower every morning before school and it would steam up the glass door, and I'd write, please God, let me be an actor. And then I'd wipe it off so nobody would find it, but I'd do that every morning.
He left Pittsburgh at 17 to pursue acting in New York. We all know that worked out. And so has his music, performing for years with his bandmates in a group with that distinctive name, Mildred Snitzer. So who was she?
She was a wonderful woman and friend of my mom's, Shirley's, and she used to come over to the house all the time. It was she didn't have that many girlfriends, but Mildred was a girlfriend. Just the two of them would get together, and she was a kind of unusual lady.
He liked her name and her attitude, so he named the orchestra or band after her.
Can you play me something sweet?
Yeah, a D, a bouncy D.
Okay, cool.
And he's loving every minute of performing. He's 66 and not slowing down. In fact, he continues to shine.
And I think these last couple of movies, I'm getting better. I think I'm on the brink of my best stuff, certainly piano-wise. All this recent opportunity and flurry is a kind of a growth spurt for me, and I'm playing better every day. And likewise, acting.
His facial expressions, the way he talks, he seems like such an interesting guy. What was it like meeting him?
He was so excited to be back in Pittsburgh. So he just kept talking and talking. Like, there was a radio station that was supposed to interview him after us, and they were outside quietly knocking on the door because he would start talking about, and Mrs. So-and-so, and then so-and-so, and he just so energetic about Pittsburgh. My favorite part of the interview was when he told the story about writing The Wish on the shower door.
shower.
Because, you know, don't we all have wishes like that? And
I wish to
you
be a
know.
millionaire.
Okay, keep writing it
I
on
wish
there,
to be
Heather. Maybe it'll work out. But it was so much fun just to meet him and be able to talk to him back in Pittsburgh.
It's nice when they spend some time, too, back in their hometown,
Right.
back in their roots.
And I know
yeah.
it was a thrill for people in the audience that got to see him perform there, too. Because when do you get to see Jeff Goldblum
Well, what
up
a neat
close?
thing, too, that's kind of his side gig, is having this beautiful
Right.
band perform.
When he's not being a big movie star.
Right, very cool.
Well,